I just want to start this video by thanking all of the people who left the great feedback on the last video. I haven't received any feedback this awesome in like 2 years, and it wasn't even a Minecraft video, so thank you very much for that. And that means that this is going to be a series, and I'm going to try and make this actually a weekly series. So yeah, that is Coaster Tycoon. And today we are going to play a map called Botany Breakers, and as you've probably noticed, the interface is in English now, so no foreign language anymore for the viewers. And yeah, that was pretty obvious from the feedback that that was the preferred language. So the objective we have to reach today is very similar to the one we had to reach the previous episode. Because this time we have to earn $10,000 from ride tickets, and last week's episode was $5,000 of profit from ride tickets. So let's just start this and let's have a look at the map. So this is the map, and the border is actually underwater, so I'm just following it with my mouse cursor right now. That is the border. So this map is an island, and this island is very wobbly, so it has a lot of hills and stuff, and it is also completely covered with trees. This means two very annoying things in the game. So first up, we have to flatten out the island where we want to build stuff, because there are height restrictions on attractions. And secondly, the trees. In this game it actually costs money to remove trees, which kind of makes sense, because in real life you also need to get these documents and stuff in order to remove trees. So that just means that it's going to be really expensive to actually build rides. But all of that aside, I'm just going to start building stuff and of course remove trees and flatten land, and then we'll I'll see you back with an update. It's time for the first progress update. I've built a few attractions, but what you've probably noticed is that I started by flattening this terrain here a bit, and also of course removing the trees and stuff, which I have actually done for a little bit further. But I was like really keeping a close eye on my money, because I didn't want to just use all my money in terrain flattening and removing trees. So once I hit about $6,000 left, I started to build all the attractions. So I've built just a regular carousel, which I called Round and About, which is not really that popular, but people really seem to be like more for the thrill rides. If you look at the roller coaster here and the blender attraction here, this one is really popular and this one is really popular, so it seems like I will have to go with the more exciting rides. But yeah, I've already built this, so I'm not going to remove it. Then of course I've also built this roller coaster, which I called Glitch, because it looks a little bit weird with all the twists and turns. it's proving to be very popular. I am already charging $10 for a ticket, so this is going to be our main source of income for the beginning. Then I've also built this pedalo ride, which is just a really easy going ride. And then lastly, I've built the attraction I call Blender, and this is one of those twister attractions. I've not really increased the price that much. I'm just going to crank this up to $5 for a ticket, and that should be a good source of income too, but we're going for the roller coaster here as our main source of income. Then I've also made a little part where people can just chill and go to the toilet, buy stuff, buy a drink, buy a sandwich. There's not really that many things available for eating and drinking as of this moment, so I just had to go with these 5 things. There isn't even an emergency section, so there's a lot of puke on the ground and stuff, so yeah. But that is about it for this one, so I'll see you in the next update. It's finally time for another update. It's actually been a long time, like an hour since the last one, but this goal, this park is really tough. Like, getting money here is really hard because you always need a lot of money to remove and flatten the terrain, and then you also need money to build a ride or something. So let's just have a look at what I've added. I've built this Flying Dutchman gold mine, which is something that actually exists in Six Flags, if I'm not mistaken. It's very successful. I'm charging $9 for a ticket, and it hasn't really got the greatest capacity, but because I can ask $9 for a ticket, it's still making a lot of money, and it wasn't really that expensive to build either. Then we have Escape Hatch here, which pretty much explains itself, I guess. It's just there because I wanted more rides in my park, not because it makes a lot of money. Then the last one here is Revolution, which is a custom design. I'm not really too proud of this one. I had a lot of problems building this because there's a lot of twists and turns, but it has a really high capacity. That's why the station is so long. It can have 72 people on the ride at the same time. Also has one of those photo sections where people can then afterwards buy a picture, which is extra money, which is good. And that's pretty much it. I I'm really struggling getting this one full because it has such a high capacity, but I'd rather have an empty waiting line than one that is always full, like for Glitch, for instance. I had to lower the price for Glitch a little bit because it's losing a little bit of attention. I also ran a campaign for Glitch just to make sure it was still getting used, I guess. And I also ran a campaign for Revolution, which helped a little bit, but still there's not really a lot of visitors yet, so it's tough to fill up the waiting line. And we're actually losing visitors right now. But I just ran a campaign for the park, so we actually gained like 200 visitors in a very short amount of time. Time for another update. It's once again quite a bit further in time. I've built 3 new rides. First up, Dragon, which is a custom designed standing up roller coaster that has a looping and 3 helixes, or whatever they are called. It's quite intense, and the people in this theme park do not seem to be quite thrilled enough to fill up the waiting line for this one, which kind of sucks. But because of that, I then built this wooden roller coaster, which I called Fruit Loop. It does not have any loopings and is not as speedy as Dragon. So it does seem to be doing quite well, but still I couldn't fill up the waiting line. So both Dragon and Fruit Loop have, however, a very high capacity, and with the current amount of visitors there just aren't enough people to fill these both up. So yeah. Lastly, I have built this predefined design, which is called Wheelie Reel. Quite a funny name. I just opened it, but I'm running a campaign to make sure it starts off well, It's not super intense, but the capacity is comparable to the Flying Dutchman Goldman, which is the one over here, which is still doing great, of course, but it's not bringing in loads of cash at the same time, unfortunately. So we'll see how it goes for a wheelie reel. Because of me finding out people around here aren't super thrilled, I'm probably going to build a more relaxed ride in the future. And we're also getting closer to the objective, by the way. So we're currently at 6,911 a month from ride tickets, and the objective is 10,000 a month. So we're getting there. But that's it for now. I will see you again in a bit for probably the final update. It's June 27th of year 4 and I'm here with the final update. Like I said before, I've gone ahead and built a more relaxed ride. It's the logboat thingy over here and it's called Garden Explorer. Sounds amazing, right? It's once again just a predefined ride, but I really like this one because of the custom scenery you see. That is actually not placed by me, that is actually included in the design, which is just awesome because it fits awesomely with the whole jungle island theme we have got going over here. It did cost me over $10,000 to build though, because of all the trees and land I had to remove. But looking at the waiting line and me being able to charge $10 for a ticket just does more than make up for that. So, new ride, which is a huge success, and also the previous ride, Wheelie Reel, is doing absolutely great. And at the same time, I'm running a campaign for the park and also for Revolution, which is the one over here with the insane capacity. So this means that we are getting a lot of new visitors, and at the same time we are able to fit a lot of those new visitors into the promoted ride, Revolution, therefore meaning we're going to get a lot of cash for this month. And that is, as it is the end of the month, we'll just have a look at our earnings over here, and you'll be able to see that we're currently at a profit of 9,738 for this month. So we still have 2 days left, so we should be able to just reach that 10k without a problem. But overall, I had once again a lot of fun playing this. I did find this one much more challenging, however, than the previous one. That one was just a little bit too easy, I guess. But other than that, we just passed the 10k mark, so there we go. We have completed the park. I just want to thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will hopefully see you next week in a new episode.